Hello friends, welcome to my channel, a channel for learning simple coding. If you find this video to be helpful, please like, share and subscribe my channel. In this video we are going to learn how we can use useReducer hook in React with TypeScript. It's a very useful hook for state management, like we use useState. Similarly, we can use useReducer also. But the main difference between useState and useReducer is that useReducer we use for complex state management programs. Let's see here how we can use this. So first of all, we create a component and I say useReducer example.tsx, and here we use RAFCE snippets to create this component. Now in this component I need to create one state variable, so I say const, and that is simply I say color, and then I say dispatch. First parameter, like useState, we have useReducer like this. So this hook or a function, first parameter it take as a reducer function, so we give the name as a reducer, but you can give any name, and then we have to give the initial state or initial object. So here I create const, I say init color, and the fundamental that color is hash, we can say red color we are providing, red, green, blue. So initial color is black, we can say initial color is black. So here we are passing init color as an initial value to this color state variable. Now here this is the reducer and it is a function name. You can give any name to this function, but here I am using as a reducer name, or it's an initial value that will go to color. Then this is the dispatcher. Like a useState hook, we have useReducer that return two value. First is the state variable, second is the action. So what you want to perform, let we understand in example. Now what we have to specify here, that what kind of value we are passing. We are passing a value of string type like this, you see. Then we have to create a function, we say const, and I give name to reducer, and here we create arrow function, and in this function we give the return value to this function is a string, remember that, because we want to perform here string. Now what we have this two variable here in reducer function. First variable is a state, so we say it is a color, and second is the action, this action which we pass from here. So these are the two value which we have here in. Then we have this string as a return value, and now we have to use here. So we have a switch case here. In switch case we use action, and this action would be of, if I say it is a red color, so I say cache red color. So first case is for red color, and here what I do, I return here the color equal to red. This is red color. Now we say case second, we have a green color, then we return color equal to, and here we specify green color, like this. Then we have third case, here we say blue, and then we return and we say color is equal to, we have green color, blue color, like this. Then we have as a default, so I say if nothing is there, we have a default case, and there we return the color, that is the specific color, like this. So we have here color, we have here action. So we specify that this color is of a string type, and here we specify that action which we are providing, that is of also string type, because it's a string one. And we save this, and we have to reduce, we have to remove it from here, no require. Save this, and you see that we have this because we have specified the return type or action type here, the state type and action type. So no need to specify here, it will generate error. So here we have this reduce function, we have initial state, now we have a color. So now what I do here, I say one text, I say H2, and here I say Dr. Vipin Classes, like this. I save this. Now for this I set style, and in this style I say color is of color type, that color we want, this color. Now I need to create a button, so I say br tag here first of all, then I say button. The class name for this button would be btn, and we say success, and then we say margin of 2. Then I say on click, and here on click we say dispatch. So we say here the arrow function, under this arrow function we say dispatch, and here we provide the red color because we want to save this as a red color. Now here after this we specify button and we say red color. Save this. So the first button we have, then just we copy and paste 2 more time, like this. Now in place of this we say blue color, and here I specify the blue. Dispatcher means the action, so blue color we want. Then here we have a green color, and we also modify this as a green. We save this, and you see that we have to add this also here in this. So I say useReducer, and here I save this, and you will see that we will have this output, and we put into the center. So I say class name here, we say text to the center. Save this, and now you see we have at center. So if I click on this, we have a red color. If we click on green, we have a green color. If we click on blue, then we have a blue color. You see that it's working perfectly, just like we have the use state. Once again we understand how it is working. So you see we have a useReducer. This useReducer return 2 value. The first value is the state variable, and second value is the action that we want to perform. Action means we want to perform red color, green color, or we want to perform the blue color, that we have to give the action. And here if I provide the action, so it will take 2 variable. First is a state, second is the action. So that color we will change here on the basis of action. So it's a red action, then we give the red color. If green, green color. If blue, then blue color. And it will return a string, because we have to specify that what is the value of this color or of this state. So right now it's a string type. So that is the first way of using useReducer. Now in second way, we can also provide object in place of this value. Means this init color initial value may be the state. So how we can change it? Now I change it, I say is state value. Okay. So what is the state value? We say it is an object. In object, first thing is color and second thing is the size. So I say fix is 25 pixel is the size right now. This is the object. So we specify it as a number like this. So now this value, state value, is of this as a object. Remember that. So we have to pass here state value. Save this. Now because the object is changed, the value is changed, that means the return type and this state is also changed. So in place of color, now I say it's a state. Remember, now this state is of object type, it is not a string type. So I need to create here the type also. So we say interface, or I can use type also. So I say it's a state type, and state type is the first value is color, that is of a string type, and second size value is there, that is of number type, because in Typescript we have to specify this. Now here in place of a string we have to specify that it is a state type. Save this. Now we have to say here that it will return the state type. Remember, and if it is returning a state type, then it would be of object. So we say it is an object that is having the state which we have, and that we are modifying the color like this. So here we have to specify like a object like this. So this is, then we copy it and we specify for green also, and we copy and paste to blue also. So we change it to blue color, then we change it to green, we change it to green color, and now we change it to blue color. You see, and here we have to display the state. If nothing we are giving, then we have to return the state. So it will preserve the previous state, then we are modifying the value. Now remember that we are not modifying the size. Now here we have a state, so I say it is a state. It is a color, but here in place of this we have a state dot color. Remember, so that we have to change it to state, or you can give any name, but here I am giving state. Now you see, now we have dispatcher, same dispatcher we have, but in place of this we have a state dot color, because it's a value object. Now in place of value we have passed here as a object. So we can also pass as a object in this useReducer, and we can also have this value here in state, then type, then return type also. And if I run it again, it is running in the same way as it was running previously with a single value, a single variable. Now it is running with the help of object. But you know that we want to change the size also. So how we can specify that we are changing a size? So we can specify with the help of action. That means we can also have action as a object. So for that, here I say that interface, and here I say action type, and here I say that first one is the color, that is string type, and second one we have the size of number type. And if you see that both are same, here we are passing a action of color type what you are giving, so no need to repeat this. I just remove this and I can specify here that this is same state type. We can work here also because we are passing one as a string and one as a number, color and size. So here in this you see we may have that dot color here, so it will check color, and I may also have another switch case, and here I just copy paste and I specify here size, that is number type, and in this size I can specify here that if someone say 30, so what we have to do, if someone say you can say 40, then what we have to do, and if someone say 50 size, so what we have to do. Now we have to remove this state default here, save this, because we have to use this state as a default. Now in place of color we have to change the size, so I say size, and here I say size would be of 30, and we just do plus as a pixel here, or I can specify number because it's a number type, so we say 30, here I say 40, and here I say 50, but it is size not a color because it's integer type, number type, size, like this. We save this. Now we have to specify here the action also, because this action is of normal variable. We have to specify that color should be of red, like this. Now we have to specify here size also, so that size is of 25 by default, like this. Save this, like that. Otherwise we can give single one also. We can say that we use here the dispatch like this, dot dot dot, and here we provide only, save this. So here we have to specify a separate data type here because it's doing some confusion. So for action we have to provide a separate data type because it's conflicting with the color and the value. So I say action type, and that action type is of color, but this color would be of two type. I say it would be of red color, three type. It may be red, or it may be green, or it may be of blue. Only these value as preferable, and then we say size of number type, like this. Now here I use action type, remember, save this, and this action type is there, and here we can make it optional also because we can specify any value from this color or size. So here now we go there and we use dispatcher here, and it is working now fine, no error. So I can remove this optional also, or I keep it optional, no problem at all. Just I remove this dispatcher and I am passing only the red one, the color. Here also just I copy, here also I just copy this and now I paste it in this green command as a dispatcher, and here I say it would be of green command, and then I need to give it blue, so I say it is of blue color. And now I can create button also, more button, in which I will give the size. So I say 1, 2 and 3 buttons are there. So these buttons we have to use here. So after that I say it's a BR tag because I want line break. Then I say in place of color I am passing a size, and that would be of 30 first, and I say here 30 pixel. Then here I say of size 40, and here I say 40 pixel. Then similarly I say here size of 50 pixel, and here I pass as a 50 pixel. Now we have to specify in a style the size also. So I say here the font size is of, we can say, state dot size, then plus, then we say pixel, like that, and we save this, and we have no error. We have like this. You see that we have a red color, we have 30 size, we have 40 size, we have 50 size. Then we have a green color, we have a red color, we have a blue color. You see that each and everything is working fine. So that means we can use this useReducer as a complex state management, like we did here. Action also we are using as a object. You see, action is also as a object. The values, the state values are also as a object, and we can use initial values also, normal variable also, we can use complex type of actions also, and like that way we can manage these state by using useReducer in React with TypeScript. So that is the very simple example to understand the use of useReducer. I think you understand it. If you understand, please do subscribe. Thank you for watching this video.